No one alive has experienced a global crisis like the coronavirus and its unprecedented impact on our personal and professional lives. Today, we're going to talk about how crisis management is so necessary in today's times in the workplace and the role of the HR team.
Trend in the world of organizations that we're in the middle of is an increase in what I call the importance of the invisible structure. This really means culture, networks, a kind of capability of learning among employees that allow them to interact and solve problems that are not previously foreseen.
We're going to discuss the 4 steps to smart HR crisis management. Step 1. Develop a crisis plan that fully integrates the human capital. HR managers should work collaboratively with other key organizational functions. Once threats have been identified, a needs assessment should be conducted to determine resources needed for continuing business operations. With potential disasters and resources needed in mind, the following plans should be defined: emergency plans, response plans, crisis communication plans, business continuity plans, IT plans, etc. Step 2. Establish a crisis management team. The crisis management team is responsible for formulating the policies that will be followed during the crisis. They must consider all options and come up with contingency plans. Step 3 is to focus on information and training. Information has to be communicated in an effective manner. There ought to be a legitimate notice on the walls that direct people what to do in case of emergencies. Employee records should be backed up, and ideally a cloud-based HR software should be considered. Training is essential to ensure that everyone knows what to do when an emergency hits. The 4th step that we're going to discuss is plan for recovery phase. After the crisis is over, HR managers have serious issues to deal with. Employees will most probably be demoralized and will need help getting back on their feet. The stress that is associated with undergoing traumatizing experiences has to be dealt with promptly. The organization eventually has to rise from the ashes, and the valuable employees who fell during the crisis have to be replaced, which is yet another function of the HR. Hence, HR team is really essential during crisis management. For more such information, please visit www.solutionvalley.com.